You guys are in for a treat. Today, I am on a mission to find the #1 best, most nutritious, delicious restaurants here in Tampa. So I'm gonna be going all around Tampa. We're gonna be trying out different meals. I'm gonna rank them based on how good they taste, their affordability, how good they are for your health, the location and convenience, and then the wow factor. So you're gonna wanna stick around for this whole video if you live in Tampa and if you want all the secret sauce and the insider tricks of the trade when it comes to optimizing going out to eat and how to actually pick meals that are gonna help you build muscle, get lean, turn your body into a fat burning machine so you can just feel like the best version of yourself here in Tampa and just feel like a beast on Bayshore with your shirt off. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jacob Graham. I'm Tampa's #1 fitness coach. I only work with guys that are either in or nearby Tampa, and I help them do everything that's required to become the best, most fit version of themselves. I have a community of guys here. We're called the Optimizers. Also go check out my Instagram. You can learn a lot more over there, but let's not get into that too much. I don't want to waste your guys' time. Stick around for this video. It's going to be sick. Let's go find the first restaurant. All right, guys, we're over here in Water Street to start. This is a great place. There's like a few go-tos. Obviously, you got Chipotle, you got Cava, and you got Naked Farmer. They're all pretty close to each other. So I've done a lot of research in looking for the best, most optimized choices when it comes to, you know, your fitness and finding good go-to meals for going out. So let's try each of these three and let's rank them. First one on the list, we're trying out Cava. Let's go. Haha. Let's get it. Let's go. Hello, I'm good. How are you? Can I get a bowl to go, please? Cool. Can I do half brown rice, half greens? The power greens. We gotta get a menu and go all of the tricks of the trade, go over the menu together. But you guys notice I just did a pro strat. Whenever I'm ordering the base, I always do half rice, half greens. Just because whenever you go to a bowl place, they tend to go a little too heavy on the carbs. So especially for your goal, it's like, that's a much better ratio. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And then for my dips, can I have the tzatziki, the crazy feta, and I'll go for the red pepper hummus. Yeah, thank you. Can I have chicken, please? Thank you so much. Yo. Can I get cucumbers and tomatoes? And that should be good, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's see. Can I do the shug sauce on the side? Yeah, thank you, bro. I always do the sauces on the side. That's normally a good strat. That's it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You want a bag ticket?
Yeah, that'll be good. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. We're so dialed. It's only 12 bucks, so it's probably gonna get a good rating on the affordability. But I digress. Let's find a good spot to sit down and let's rank this down, shall we? Okay, let's go. All right, let's get it, boys. Let's test this out. I'm gonna drop a bag today at all this different food, but whatever it takes to find you guys the best meals here in Tampa, because I know that you guys like going out to eat, and I know that you guys are ambitious and have some goals when it comes to your health and fitness and want to build your best physique. So I'm not holding back. I'm on a freaking mission to serve you guys. It starts right here, right now with Cava, one of my favorites. This is not my first time at Cava. As you see, I kind of knew what I was doing in there with my order. This is somewhere I used to eat at all the time when I used to live in Gainesville. I went to school at UF. I used to have a good routine for myself when I was an in-person trainer over at Crunch, where I would just knock out like 7 hours of sessions. That's what I used to do. And I'll come to Cava afterwards. Did that for a long time. They knew me there. Actually, the manager at Cava, shout out Ron, he was actually one of my clients back in the day. And yeah, helped me definitely build muscle. Definitely didn't hurt. But you guys can see when it came to my order, one I'm always looking for is a good balanced macronutrients. So macronutrients are like proteins, carbs, fats. So I always want a good balance. I don't want it to be too out of proportion. So that's why I do half rice, half greens. That tends to give you the perfect amount of carbs. And then notice I always get like a clean protein. If you want to do like double protein, this would probably be a pretty good place to do it, because like it was not that expensive. It's only 12 bucks to eat here, so that's pretty sustainable. Double protein probably would have made it closer to like 14 or 15 bucks, which that's still pretty good. And then when it came to the dips, the tzatziki is really good for you. Tzatziki is mostly Greek yogurt, so it's already pretty high protein. I personally go crazy for the crazy feta. Just think it's freaking delicious. I'm a fiend for that, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. And then I think the red pepper hummus is really good. Be careful if you get the harissa. It's super freaking spicy. But let's try this out, guys. I haven't eaten at Cava in a long time. It's been, maybe the last time I went was when I lived in Gainesville. So it's been years, maybe 2 years. It's freaking good, pal. Come on. Why don't I come here more? I feel like I'm hungriest right now. Let me not eat too much. That way I can give an honest ranking taste-wise. But it's gotta be like, this is a 8.9 on the flavor scale. I really enjoy Cava. I think it's delicious. I think the dips are really good. Downside, sometimes if the food's been sitting sitting out for a long time, it can be a little bit less fresh. Like the rice, I can tell right now, it's not the freshest, best rice in the world. It's still really tasty though. Same thing with the chicken, still good though. And the dips really bring it together. 8.9, that's gonna be my score. Let's rank this down, shall we? All right, so first up on the list is Cava. Like I said, I'm gonna give this an 8.9. In terms of the price, I mean, the price I'll get a better gauge when I can kind of compare all the different restaurants relative to one another. But I'm gonna give this a I'm gonna give this an 8.6 on price. 12 bucks in my opinion is a great price going out to eat. I mean, maybe I'm desensitized. Meals pretty much usually almost 20 bucks these days. So 12 bucks, and they didn't ask for a tip, so it was truly just 12 bucks. That's pretty solid. That's pretty sustainable, I think. Health wise, I'm also gonna give this a really high score. It's really good for you. It's all clean ingredients. Nothing is really too bad for you. Like maybe the protein could be a little higher. Maybe I would do double protein if I really wanted to optimize this as much as possible health wise. But all the dips are like genuinely pretty good for you. Like even the eggplant in there, can't really go wrong with any of them. The only way you could really mess this up is maybe if you didn't do the half rice, half greens, maybe the ratio would be a little thrown, but even then, it's not really bad. So I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10 for health. Location, it's right here in Water Street, but also there's a lot more Cavas that you can find. I think there's one in Hyde Park, which is pretty awesome. I might have to double check that, but if you're coming to the one in Water Street, it's pretty convenient. You can just park at Publix. It's free parking for 2 hours, so you can just park there, walk over, then you get a little extra steps in. That's also good for you. So I'm gonna give that I'll say 8 out of 10. Obviously, it could be more convenient if you could just like park right next to it and then run it in, but maybe you could even do that. Actually, yeah, 30-minute load and unload. I didn't know that. So maybe you can park right there. Huh, I learn something new every day. I'm gonna change my score on the spot. Let's go 9. And then wow factor, for me, the crazy feta gives it that wow. I'm gonna go at least, I mean, there's nothing super special. Let's go 8.2 for wow factor. You know what? I'm not gonna hype up Cava too much. 8 is good. It's pretty freaking good. The crazy feta wows me personally, but it's not a 10 out of 10 wow factor. So obviously starting off strong with Cava. Let's go to the next restaurant, guys. So quick honorable mention is Toastique. We're not going to try this one, but if you live in Tampa, this one's really solid. They have really good toasts. You can get fresh eggs, and it's a great location. It's all pretty much similar to right around here in Water Street where we're at with Chipotle, Naked Farmer, Cava, Toastique. They're all pretty solid. I like Toastique a lot, but we're going to go to Chipotle right now. I was going to go in and order a bowl, but I'm like, we have all been to Chipotle. I don't need to get food at every single place. I will be absolutely stuffed by the end of this. So let's just talk about Chipotle. Obviously, Chipotle, there's a lot of ways that you could do this place wrong. If you're going in and you're not optimizing for the macros, right? If you're getting a burrito, that's already a red flag. Think of it this way. Macros is like proteins, carbs, and fats. You want to have a good ratio of all three, and you want them to be in balance. So if you have too much of one, it can kind of throw off the proportion. So it's easy to overdo the carbs at Chipotle, especially if you know, like Chipotle loads you up on rice. You got to be super cautious about that. Like if you took a normal Chipotle bowl, you put it on a plate, it would be an ungodly amount of food, and it's so much rice. So you have to be really careful to make sure that, especially for your goals, is like probably getting leaner, building muscle, like you got to be cautious, okay? So first of all, I would not get a tortilla. So I would not get a burrito because that's already going to just make it harder to get the macros aligned. So I would stay away from that. And then whenever you're ordering rice, I would say like literally like half scoop. They'll just tell them, can I get a half scoop of rice? And I mean, it's not a huge deal if you get white or brown rice. I personally do the brown rice. Normally when it's brown, it's a little grittier, which is a little bit just more optimal for you. So, but you're not going to really kill yourself if you get the white rice, but I'll go half scoop. You're still good. Like beans are still great for you. Like that's still a good source of protein in beans. There's other good nutrients. So I still like beans, got no problem with that. Same thing with the fajita veggies. If you want to go for that, that's not a problem. Biggest thing you gotta be cautious about is, like I already talked about, with the rice, and then also sour cream. If you're ever gonna do a dip like sour cream, you always want to make sure you get that on the side, and then like you're taking a little bit on your fork and you're dipping it, because if you just ask them to put that straight on your bowl, that's extremely suboptimal. That's gonna mess up, like be just way too many calories, throw it out of proportion. You always want your meals, like if you do it right, you should leave Chipotle feeling like very fueled and satiated. You shouldn't feel super bloated and stuff. That's how you know you messed up, okay? So half portion of rice. When it comes to the protein, you can't really go wrong if you want to do chicken, steak, anything like that. I would just maybe do like, you could do double portion if you want, or you could do half and half. That's also not gonna mess you up. I'm never gonna be mad, say you got too much protein, you know what I mean? But you gotta think, like, a lot of guys go wrong with Chipotle is it's so much volume of food, so they'll get a huge portion and then they'll only eat like once or twice the entire day. That is not optimized. I would rather you treat, like, imagine everything on Chipotle was on one plate. It should look like a normal meal to the point where you could have other meals throughout the day and it's not gonna totally throw you off. You know what I mean? I don't want you just eating once or twice a day. I'd rather you building good habits to eat more spaced out, more periodically throughout the day. And that means that you can't have too much quantity in any individual meal. So stay away from that. You could be totally good doing mild corn, you know, any of those sauces. I would stay away from that salad dressing, even though it tastes good. I've literally talked to somebody who's a manager at Chipotle and she's like, yeah, it's just 100% seed oils. So it's literally made, it's just like vast majority of it's just seed oil. So it's not really great for you. Same thing, like if you do guac, I would do that on the side. That's also just gonna be an extreme excess. So you want everything to be in proportion. So also just stay away from the chips would also be better too. That way, because we already got our carbon with the rice. So that's really how you can optimize Chipotle, guys. I know it's not maybe the most fun news. Like, I know you probably are, maybe if you're eating Chipotle consistently, maybe you're used to feeling kind of bloated after, or you really are feeling very filled because you're doing too much rice, but that's just not good for your body and it's not conducive with your goals. I'd rather you be jacked and shredded and a little bit more optimized at Chipotle than, you know, feeling super stuffed and still be chunky. You know what I mean? So let's rank Chipotle. I've probably been to Chipotle tons of times. This used to be one of my favorite restaurants when I was a jit back in high school. So I'll put it on taste. I mean, you know this if you're a frequent Chipotle visitor. It depends on the day. Sometimes you might go in and the food's been sitting around for a long time and you're like, this is just not good for me. Sometimes if it's a very busy Chipotle, maybe it's a little bit fresher. I personally don't think it's as good as Cava. I'm gonna give it 8.2. Still tasty, but I've just had too many experiences where I left Chipotle with a bad stomach ache, or I was like, yeah, this just been sitting out for super long, and that knocks it down. On a great day, we all know Chipotle is freaking delicious if it's a great day, you know? So price wise, I haven't been to Chipotle in a minute, so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's like 10 to 12 bucks for a bowl. Depending if you get like a chicken bowl, and maybe you get double meat, it's a little bit more. So I can't really knock it. Maybe it's a tiny bit cheaper than Cava, but maybe they ask for a tip. I'll just give it the same score as Cava, 8.6. Health wise, I think it's too risky. It's too volatile. Most of you guys are probably getting too much rice. It's probably throwing off your macro ratios. So as much as you would like this to be super ideal, it's obviously better than fast food. It's better than McDonald's, better than Chick-fil-A, it's better than drive-through anywhere, anything like that. But in terms of, you know, some of these other places we're gonna be checking out, it's not my favorite. So I'm gonna put this at health wise. I'll give it a 7.2. It's good, but most of you, like if you're a super skinny dude and like you need a bulk and you gotta put on just some size and you just need more volume of food, like it's obviously better. The vast majority of clients that I work with are not like that. They're kind of on the other end of the spectrum where they like have maybe a good foundation of muscle, but they really need to chisel. They want to lose the love handles. They want to look in the mirror and like see defined abs, and they want to like feel confident with their shirt off and just feel like the best, most fit version of themselves. So I'm gonna give it a 7.2 there. Location, I can't really knock it because it's in the same area as Cava. So I'm gonna give that same score, 9. Same area, we're right here in Water Street. Wow factor for Chipotle, I mean, you guys tell me. There's nothing to me, like Chipotle's kind of lost its wow factor, but I don't know, they come out with different flavor proteins every now and then, like maybe a different style chicken, the pollo asada, the carne asada, stuff like that, and still never misses, you know? You never, sometimes it's just a day where you just need Chipotle, but I'll say a little less of a wow factor. I'm gonna give it a 7.8. All right, that's my ranking on Chipotle, guys. Let's go to the next one. Yo, we're at the next restaurant. We're trying out Naked Farmer. Let's get it. Let's go. Cool. All right, let's get it. Can I have a bowl for here, please? Oh, actually, to go. Sorry, yeah. And then can I do half rice, half green? Thank you. They also have quinoa, which I've not tried, but that definitely looks nutritious.
And then over here to Sandra.
Sweet. Can I get sweet potato?
Potato, root, one more side.
Do you guys have broccoli?
Broccoli coming out, right?
Oh, okay, cool. I'll wait and I'll stack some broccoli.
And then what be your rank?
Can I do the chicken breast? Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Can I do the garlic aioli? Yeah, thank you.
Chicken breast. All right, it's serving right on the ceiling, I guess.
Easy one, brother. Oh.
And then did you want a bag button?
What's that?
I
got a bag. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you right now.
All right, thank you. We're about to have the freshest broccoli of all times. They used to have pesto. I'm like a pesto fiend, so I would always get pesto. Unfortunately, they took it out. That's definitely a bummer. So I wasn't like feeling any of the other sauces too much, but we're gonna try the garlic aioli sauce. Do it like that. Thank you so much. Remind me your name, bro. Remind me your name. Jesus.
Jesus, the one name again?
Jacob. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, have a good day. All right, let's try it out. 10 out of 10. It tastes better than normal waters. We just got our food at Naked Farmer. Let's try this John out. I'm gonna pretend I've never been here, even though we both know I've been here. All right, let's see. I got the usual order. To me, this is a staple. You'll notice one thing is different about the carbs. Remember, I've been talking a lot in this video about nice carb balance. I'd say this is a little bit on the heavier side with carbs. Even if you do what I did, which is the half rice, half greens, I also got sweet potato. So that's another source of carbs. Obviously, it's good carbs, healthy carbs. So it's easy to really mess this up. Like if you're coming here, you're not doing a half portion of rice, you're doing full rice. And if you're doing something like mac and cheese, now you had good intentions, come in here to eat a healthy meal, and you might have totally thrown off. It might be misaligned with your fitness goals. If you're just stocking up like one massive meal and then you're skipping out, not eating for the rest of the day, saying, oh, like I'm compensating. That is a quality of fat people, out of shape people. I've not really met somebody that's super fit, super jacked and shredded that has that mentality of like, I'm gonna just like eat one super shitty meal and then not eat so I can play this calorie math. That's a recipe for failure. It's much better to optimize each meal, eat more frequently, more consistently. That way you're always like fueling your body, help you feel energized, help you fuel your muscles, help you recover from your workouts. It's just a much more of a winning strategy that most really successful people when it comes to like having a lot of muscle and being lean follow that strategy. So I digress, but yeah, I would say macro wise, that's one thing that you want to look out for when you're ordering. Protein, you can't really go wrong. One thing I'll say is sometimes here they might not give you a huge portion of protein. If you order the steak, it's normally a pretty good portion. Sometimes the chicken's a little less. Today they gave me a good amount of chicken, but you can't really go wrong with any of the veggies or anything like that. It's all super locally sourced food. That's one thing I really like about Naked Farmer. Everything is fresh. Everything's from local farms. And let's cut to the chase. Let's try it out. That's top tier. He knows. Yeah, it's good, bro. Let's try the sweet potato. I'm getting some good looks, guys. Yeah, that's so good. Let's try the rice. Good rice. Let's try the brock. Fresh brock. Wow. I just said wow. That means it sort of gets the wow factor. Wow. It's crazy how much of a difference it makes. How like notice how they brought the broccoli out at the last second. It was fresh. It tastes so good. You can tell it's super fresh. Whereas the sweet potato, which is to me still gets the wow factor. They have the best sweet potato here I've ever had. I'm not convinced the sweet potato is good for you because it tastes so good. You know, that tells me they must put some butter in here or something. But I did meet the head chef. Shout out to Gabe and shout out to Jordan, the owner. I met him at Lifetime. I know Gabe and they're great people. They're really nice and they're on a freaking mission to spread nutritious food to the globe. They're already spreading like wildfire, opening so many locations. I'm a big Naked Farmer fan. It's pretty freaking good. Naked Farmer. I mean, dude, I'm sitting here eating. I'm like, I can't even stop eating. All right, banger. Let's rank this down, shall we? Man, this is not biased. In my opinion, you're just not gonna beat the flavor. I love how simple Naked Farmer is. It's all so simple ingredients, but each ingredient is done with intentionality and you can taste that. Like the broccoli made me jaw drop, you know what I mean? What type of restaurant do you go to that the broccoli makes you jaw drop? Especially a place like this, a bowl type of place, that's pretty much unheard of. So I gotta give this one 9.5 on the taste. Only reason it's not higher is because you can tell sometimes the food has been sitting out a little bit. Like the chicken, you know, it's really good, but it can be a tiny bit drier if it's been sitting out. I've had it before where it's fresh, just comes out and it's like a 10, you know what I mean? If this one was all cooked super fresh, it would, in my opinion, it would be like, you can't really beat that. And I'm a fitness guy. I love simple ingredients. That's the type of stuff that's built my physique. My physique was not built on shitty foods. You know what I mean? I don't eat processed foods. I eat simple, real foods, type of foods that exist on Earth, 200 years ago. I'm not a victim to the scientists who are over here, designing processed shit to get you addicted and like make you feel like dookie. I don't eat that stuff. I eat super clean foods. So that's why I'm a big fan of Naked Farmer, because it feels like I'm literally over at a farm. You know what I mean? Price-wise, that's one thing I've noticed is Naked Farmer has been increasing its price. You know what I mean? When I started coming here 2 years ago, it was maybe, I think it was $16 for a bowl, which I'm like, dude, this is great value for the price. And then they slowly increase it. So today it was $19. It's just kind of gone up like a little bit, So I'll have to give this, when it comes to a bowl place, it's like, do you want to spend 19, 20 bucks, every single time you come out to eat? Maybe not. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Like to me, food is an investment. I'm willing to invest because I know I get a return on that investment when I'm taking care of my body, fueling my body with respect. So for me, I don't put a budget on food. Like I could be dead broke, I could be in debt. I would still be getting, eating nutritious food because I have to eat nutritious food. It's literally the thing that's going to help me exist and operate as the version of myself that could then go make a return on that investment. How can I expect to like make wealth? Making money is truly providing service, becoming valuable and helping people. How could I do that if I felt and looked like shit? You know what I mean? To become more valuable, you have to treat your body, which is your most important asset, with respect. So to me, like, I don't mind investing more as long as you're getting a value for what you're paying. Like if you're paying 20 bucks, yeah, I probably wouldn't pay 20 bucks for a Chipotle burrito, or you know what I mean? But when I'm paying 19 bucks, but it tastes super good, I'm not too upset about it. But obviously it can't be better affordability than Cava or Chipotle. I also heard that Chipotle's been increasing their price. I did a little bit of research off camera. So I'm actually gonna knock that one down more to like a 8.2. But I'll give, actually, yeah, 8.2 is fair. I'll give Naked Farmer, it's gotta be like a 7.8 when it comes to price. I'm not knocking it down too much because I do think you get great value for it, but obviously it's a bit more costly relatively. Health-wise, for me, is you can't really beat it. If you do it right, like I'd said, you follow all the best practices. If you're not coming in here and just like getting the cookies and getting, you know, the cornbread and getting the mac and cheese, you can really fluff up. You can come in here and totally like take a step backwards with your fitness goals if you're ordering the wrong thing. So it's gonna take a little bit of knowledge and execution and willpower to go in and order the right thing. And what helps you do that, honestly, is always think about how you want to feel after the meal. If you're going in and be like, oh, what's gonna taste good? What's gonna satisfy my dopamine, my cravings? Obviously, you might not order the best thing. If you're thinking, hey, how do I want to feel after I finish the meal? I want to feel super fueled. I want to feel energized. I want to feel proud of myself that I took a step that's aligned with my goals of the type of man that I want to be and have the body that I want, then it's going to be easier to order the right thing. For me, I have zero problem ordering this. I would much rather eat this than a bunch of mac and cheese and a bunch of food that's going to make me feel bloated and make me feel like shit. Because I know when I finish, I'm going to be super proud of myself, and I love honoring my vision of my most fit self. To me, that's super gratifying. That's super rewarding. That brings me a lot of pleasure. You know what I mean? So I'm not the type of dude that's going to make excuses for myself. I'm not the type of dude that's controlled by dopamine, and that's why I'm fit, because I love the pleasure of honoring my vision more than the pleasure of just being a foodie. You know what I mean? You might have to part ways with the, hey, I'm just a foodie identity, and learn to love honoring your vision of your most fit self, because if you can do that, it's going to become easy to make better decisions, eat the right foods. That's actually going to help you, towards your goals. So with that all in mind, if you order the right thing, I'm not going to give this a 10 out of 10 health wise, because obviously there's some pitfall. There could be a trap that you could do it wrong, but if you do it right, obviously it's great. So I'm going to give it a 9.3 on health. Location, it's the same as the other Water Street places. We're right here pretty close by. Obviously, you might have to park at Publix, which is like free 2-hour parking. You gotta walk a tiny bit, so it's not 10 out of 10 location wise, so I'll give it the same, 9. And then wow factor, I gotta increase it. It's all locally sourced food. That takes effort. It would be easier to just like get not locally sourced food, or get some food like Cava. I don't know where they get their food from. Chipotle, like probably some mass place, you know what I mean? But you can tell with Naked Farmer, they literally have on the wall like all the different farms that they get their food from. For me, that gives Naked Farmer the edge on the wow factor. I'm gonna give it a 9.6. The broccoli made me salivate. That's the only thing I could say. So shout out Naked Farmer. You guys did pretty good on this ranking. Let's move on to the next place, guys. Yo, we're driving over to Hyde Park Village now. Obviously, it's a great spot for Tampa locals, but we're gonna see, can we optimize it with the food? Can we find some gems? Can we find meals that are high protein that are gonna help you become the best, most fit version of yourself? We're gonna try to find out. Let's see. Let's get it, boys. Haha. Yo, we just made it to Hyde Park Village. I love it here. It's always such good vibes, especially around Christmas time when they put that big old Christmas tree in the middle. But we're gonna try out a few places, but let's go ahead and start at Sweet Green. Obviously, you can notice the theme. I'm picking more bowl-oriented places because that tends to just be the best way to like optimize and actually eat real ingredients. I've only ever been to Sweet Green one time, so I don't have too much of a bias. So let's go try it. Let's see how it is, guys. Yeah, she's cool with it. All right, guys, we just got the Sweet Green. Let's get it. All right. Hey, can I create my own bowl?
Yeah, what would you like for the base?
For the base, is it like pick one or how many?
So you either get 2 greens, 2 grains, or one.
One of each. Okay. Can I do 1 scoop of the wild rice and 1 scoop of the white rice?
And then any of our hot super premium coffees you'd be charged separately, and even that.
Okay. Which are those?
Any of these.
Oh, okay. No, I'll just be.
No chicken.
Oh no, I definitely want protein. Sorry. Can I do blackened chicken? Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
And then you get 4 cold picks. See anything in these rows, including the corn salsa, and then any of these are gonna be premium times, so it'll cost a little extra.
Got it. Can I do the chickpeas?
Chickpeas. And then that.
Broccoli.
Broccoli. You got 2 more included.
cool. Then can I do the, what is this, apples?
Yes.
Can I do apples? Are those both cucumbers in the back?
Yes, they're both cute.
Okay. And then I'll do tomatoes.
Tomato.
Yeah, thank you.
Any additional toppings like cheese or avocado?
Yes, what kind of cheeses are these?
So I got goat, white cheddar, shaved parmesan, and feta.
I'll do feta cheese.
Feta? That's extra. That's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
And then you have a list of our dressings right here for you.
Okay.
You pick up this array. You either get them on top or on the side.
Okay, can I do pesto on the side?
Side?
Yeah.
Any other dressings or just that?
Can I try the green goddess ranch on the side? Thank you so much.
Anything else on this?
That's it.
The-
Yeah. Or what are all these? Oils and stuff?
Here, crunchers, they cost a little bit extra.
Okay.
I've got things like sunflower seeds, crispy onions, garlic breadcrumbs, parmesan crisp, almonds.
And what about the oil and vinegar?
That's just oil.
Okay, can I just get a little bit of oil on top?
Yes.
This is a dash. Cool.
That's it for you?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Any chips, drinks, or snacks is it?
No thanks, that's good.
No? Is you happen to have the sweeper yours out can for?
No.
No. Give me $16, these 66 cents.
Okay.
Now, would you like a complimentary slice of bread with that?
Oh, sure.
Or do you need a bag today?
Yes, please.
Once you make a sip selection, you hit the green button to confirm, and then you can tap.
Got it.
Yeah, of course, the nap is fine.
All right, thank you so much.
Same, but have a good day.
You too. Let's go. Success. All right, let's rank this challenge, shall we? We're gonna get a fork. So I feel like I'm definitely out of my element. I'm like pretty used to eating at other places, but I've only, like I said, been here one time. Overall, it's a little bit of a different ordering experience. Like the one thing was the greens, they didn't look too good. So, and I noticed with the rice, it was a little bit smaller scoops. So obviously a small scoop of rice, like I got for my bases, one of each type of rice, but it's probably the same volume of rice as the other places I went to. This would be the equivalent of like ordering a half scoop of rice Chipotle. So that's why you gotta be conscious about the portions. Good general like successful habit of fit people is they have good intuition of like imagining everything that you ordered was on one plate. This is pretty much how you want your plate to look. It's like I got a nice little portion of rice. I got a good amount of protein. So honestly, I would like way more protein. That was one knock on Sweetgreen is the protein quantity not optimized. I would definitely want to get double protein, but you know, we're also trying to be cost effective too. So we kind of have to balance that out. Apples, that's interesting. I've never had a place that had apples. So let's get to tasting it. I'm gonna try the broccoli. Not as good as Naked Farmer broccoli. This is cold broccoli, but it's also not bad. Still has some good seasonings, but the Naked Farmer broccoli, obviously you guys saw I really liked it. Let's try the rice. There are two different types of rices, wild rice and white rice. I like it. All right, let's try the chicken with the feta cheese and the rice. Not bad. Maybe I was sleeping on Sweetgreen. Not too bad, dude. Chicken is tasty. I'm just disappointed in the quantity of chicken. I think if I came back, I would probably have to get more chicken, but it came out to about 16 bucks. So if I got double chicken, it'd probably be the same price as Naked Farmer, but the ingredients are obviously, like I said, it's a little bit less fresh cooked as Naked Farmer. But it's not bad. Let's keep going around the plate. Apples look pretty cool. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it goes with this type of food, but I did a create your own bowl. Some chickpeas too in there. I'm a chickpea fan. Let's try the tomatoes. Not bad. It's definitely a whole different eating experience. Kind of have like different flavors all spread out on the plate. They also give you a little piece of bread. I would say this does not really throw off the proportions. It's still like maybe if I was really focused on my cut, I probably would just not have got the bread because I think the 2 scoops of rice was pretty good. If I did for the base maybe 1 scoop of rice and got greens, I probably might be okay with this bread. This looks like sourdough bread. This is not too bad for you. One big plus that Sweetgreen's definitely gonna have, they had pesto, boys. Let's go. So let's test out this pesto on the bread. Try that. Oh shoot, Sweetgreen just shot up my ranking massively. That's great pesto. Wow, this changes the game, boys. I officially was sleeping on Sweetgreen. I'm pretty notorious for trash talking Sweetgreen a little bit to my friends, clients, and whatnot, just saying it was inferior to Fresh Kitchen, Naked Farmer. But after getting that pesto, starting to change my tune a little bit. Wow, and the bread was fresh, dude. The more I eat, the more I'm seeing the value in this place. It's definitely increasing in my ranking. Wow. Oh man, I mean, I'm eating more of this than I ate at Cava. Let's try this other sauce. To be fair, I'm like having to spend a little bit more time because this is all new compared to the other places I've been there more. Let's try out this. This is a green goddess ranch, I think. That's good. Wow, this place just needs more protein. That would be the only thing, but wow, I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I kind of want to finish this, bro. Dang, I'm a pesto fiend, guys. What can I say? It's a little quirk about me. All right, let's get to ranking. Let's crank out these rankings, guys. So taste-wise, I gotta say this one ended up exceeding my expectations. I was coming in under the impression that last time I had it, I don't know, I felt like the protein was a little bit cold. The ingredients just didn't impress me that much. I think getting the pesto, that really kind of changed the game for me. So I'm gonna go ahead, taste-wise, I'm gonna give it an 8.9. I'm gonna tie it with Cava. I think I think Cava is also just really delicious. It's got a different type of flavor profile. The crazy feta is like the wow factor for me, kind of like the pesto is the wow factor for me. They both kind of balance each other out. But I would still say it's better tasting than Chipotle, especially Chipotle on its best day maybe is up there, but Chipotle just has too many days where it's subpar and you leave feeling like dookie, and that knocks it down just for me. But anyways, I was impressed by Sweet Green. The fresh sourdough, the pesto, the feta was good. Just wasn't enough protein. That definitely is gonna just be the thing that kind of, you know, prickles my side. Also the broccoli was just, it was cold broccoli. It wasn't like a good type of fresh broccoli that I had at Naked Farmer. The protein was tasty, not as quite as the flavor profile wasn't quite the same as like Naked Farmer, but I will say it was pretty fresh. It wasn't old. Like Naked Farmer's protein can dry out a tiny bit, which that knocked it down. And I like the fact that it was so many different flavors. Like the flavor profile was interesting, though. It's got a good score for me, guys. Price wise, it came out to 16 bucks. A lot of the stuff, there's like a lot of add-ons and stuff, and they ended up being a little bit, you know, more expensive than Cava. So I'll give it an 8.2 on price. Pretty much, you know, not as good as Cava, 16 bucks compared to 12 bucks, but not obviously better than Naked Farmer. It's 19. When it comes to like cost per value, that's one thing you need to consider. Like I would rather pay 19 bucks for Naked Farmer because it tastes a little bit cleaner. It just like feels better for me, and it feels a little more premium. So I'm okay paying a little bit more if the value is there. But this one definitely, I think it matches pretty similarly with its value, whereas Cava was a little bit better value for the cost, right? It was cheaper, but it was a little bit tastier. So that's why it gets better score relatively. Health-wise, it was really good in terms of all the side ingredients. The macro ratio was really good. The carbs wasn't too out of proportion. I think getting the complimentary bread, that's gonna throw off some people because they're gonna have a hard time turning it down, especially when it's just, you know, it's hard to turn down free stuff and they kind of throw it in right at the end. So that can be sticky. Obviously, it's not the worst type of carb. Like it's just a small, fresh piece of sourdough, but sometimes those little things can make the difference between, you know, losing that extra body fat when you compound it out over time, right? So you got to pay attention to all the details, right? That's why I'm like jacked and shredded, have chiseled abs, because I'm very detail oriented. I don't really cheat on myself super often, and I'm super diligent with thinking about this type of stuff, locking in on my habits, you know, thinking about the macro ratio, right? It's just become a part of my identity that I'm super good and I'm super intuitive about it. I don't weigh out all my food. I don't track calories. I'm just like super cognizant about the macro ratios, getting enough protein and fueling myself periodically throughout the day. And I don't make exceptions. Like I eat 4 or 5 times a day, every day, right? I eat smaller, more moderate meals on every meal. I don't splurge. I don't skip. It's habit. It's identity. It's standards. It's work. You know, it takes work to get results. You know, I don't take shortcuts. I'm just like actually detail oriented, and I don't miss, and I hold myself to a high standard. So anyways, not about me. Health wise, I'm gonna give this an 8.8. It was healthy, but I think that the sourdough could throw some people at the end, and the lack of protein knocks it down a little bit. It's just, if you get double protein, it'd definitely be a better health score, but I'm getting it on like what would be a standard order. So for that reason, I think it's a little bit less healthy than Cava. It's also less protein than Naked Farmer, which knocks it down. And although I could tell it was a fresh ingredients, I didn't get that same feeling of like the level of freshness that I get eating a Naked Farmer bowl. So that makes it a little bit lower. I would still say it's healthier than Chipotle though. That's still a great score, 8.8. Location, I mean, you just park at Hyde Park Village, super easy, free parking, which I like. It took a little bit longer. It was a bit less convenient once we got inside. Ordering took a little bit longer, but I'm not gonna hold that to them because we also were kind of procrastinating a little bit for ordering. So I like the convenience of Hyde Park. You know, Hyde Park's even easier than Water Street, I think. Water Street, you get the free 2-hour parking, which is good, but you got to cross the street. You got to go down Publix. You know, Hyde Park is like such good ambiance. So I'll give it a little bit higher score. We'll call it 9.2. And then the pesto definitely knocks this up. Without the pesto, this would have been low on the wow factor. This would have been closer in the 7s. I think once I hit the pesto, and this is definitely me throwing in my Jacob Graham pesto bias, it definitely bumped the score up. So I'm gonna give this, the pesto and the sour bread was delicious. For my current goals, which is like, I don't really need to get like super more shredded right now. Like I'm already jacked and chiseled because I've been doing the work for a long time, hold myself to a high standard like we talked about. You know, it's a little bit less important. Like I can eat that little extra piece of sourdough and it's not gonna throw me. For you and your goals, like you gotta hold yourself to an even higher standard. You gotta be super detail oriented. That type of stuff can throw you. So I'm gonna put at the wow factor, we'll call it an 8.4. 8.4, the pesto, too good. Overall, good job, Sweet Green. Exceeded my expectations. Let's move on. All right, I'm about to put you guys on game with Far Taco because you can definitely fluff it up here. You know, if you went just crazy on the tacos and got chips. That's the thing with Mexican food you got to be very cautious about because you got to imagine everything that you ate when you go out to eat. If it was all in one plate, what would that plate look like, right? So if you go to get Mexican and you end up getting chips, let's say you eat a bunch of chips, instead they bring out more chips because they do unlimited refills. Well, now you just ate like 6 or 7 tortillas of just chips that are fried in oil. And then your meal comes and then you also have rice and then maybe you have more tortillas. So before you know it, your macro ratio is totally thrown. So you want to be a little bit more proactive when it comes to eating Mexican food. If I was here like with my family, I would probably get one of these rice bowls, maybe like this Mediterranean cauliflower rice bowl, maybe like this chicken and black bean rice bowl, where it's something where it's like same type of things that we've been eating. High protein, you know, some good veggies, good macro ratio. That's always really optimized. Maybe like this Korean barbecue ribeye type of thing, something like that. These look solid. You just want to make sure that like, even if I got this Mediterranean cauliflower that's got enough protein in it. But what I'm actually going to order is going to catch you guys off guard. I'm actually going to get the kids chicken. So this is a pro strat. If you're ever over here in Hyde Park, just get this kids roasted chicken. And this is like what I'm talking about, being super dialed on your fitness. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about, right? If I get a kids chicken, there's going to be a nice chicken breast and I'm going to get a side of brown rice, right? And now I got good carbs and high protein. That's optimized. So I'm going to go order that takeout and let's see how this ordering experiences goes. But see you guys soon. Overall, that was a pretty good ordering experience. I just walked in, I went straight to the takeout section so you can actually just order food to go. It took me maybe about 5 minutes total for them to bring out the food. And let's see how it looks, guys. So I got the roasted chicken. So they gave me this nice chicken leg, right? This is pretty good. This is about what you want in a portion of protein for one meal. Maybe it could be a little bit more, but especially when your goal is like trying to cut, you know, you don't need to be eating massive portions. You kind of need these smaller, more moderate portions. Like it's okay if you're a little bit hungry after you finish a meal, especially when you're trying to get diet, you know what I mean? And then I got some brown rice on the side. So all in all, this came out to 10 bucks total. Brown rice, like let's dump that out so you can kind of see how it looks on one plate. It's a decent amount of rice, right? That's a pretty hefty portion. But overall, like this looks like a great meal. This is the type of food that like helps you get jacked and shredded, guys. You gotta be super diligent. You can't be skipping meals. You gotta optimize, guys. Like that's how you build muscle. You get gritty in the gym. Like you gotta eat like a dog. Like a dog eats the same thing every day. It's kind of boring, right? You kind of plan it out ahead of time, right? And if you're going out to eat, you're picking stuff that's keeping you on track. You gotta be intentional. You can't just be thinking about what tastes good. You know, if what tastes good is your only filter for making decisions, you're gonna stay chunky and flabby. If you think what is gonna help me optimize my goals, what's gonna help me fuel up, what's gonna help me recover from my workouts, what's gonna help me build muscle, what's gonna help me get in the best shape of my life, you let those questions be the thing that helps you make decisions, that's how you can get in super great shape. Excuse me. Let's try this out. I like that. Dude, I love boring meals, bro. Boring meals taste good because you know that they're helping you become the best version of yourself. That is so pleasure inducing. Knowing that while I'm eating, this is gonna help me become the best version of myself. That for me makes the food taste better. That's why I like boring meals. This is just good brown rice. Dude, if you're a fitness guy, then you know how elite this meal is. Then you know I just put you on game. Dude, I need to come to Hyde Park more and just get boring brown rice. This is how bodybuilders eat. Just a bunch of brown rice, boring, and then a bunch of chicken. It's only $4 for this chicken leg. So if you want to really optimize, get 2 of these chicken legs, your meal will still be less than Sweetgreen. And to me, this is going to help you even more with your fitness goals. Wow. Bar Taco, I'm excited to rank you. I wasn't expecting you to be way up there, but now that I'm eating it, I'm like, who cares if I get a flavor explosion? I would rather eat a better meal that when I'm finished eating, knowing like that was a shit ton of protein and good quality carbs, and that's going to help me get in the best shape of my life. I would rather that than a meal that tastes good. Sure, the meal that tastes good feels good in the moment when you're eating that pesto, that sourdough, yeah, the feta cheese, but like I would rather really optimize for how am I gonna feel after. All right, let me stop yapping, let me get to ranking. Let's get it. So starting with taste, you would think that the taste would be way lower than these other flavor bomb meals that we just went to, but like I said, there's something for me about knowing that it's such a dialed in meal that makes the taste even better. And even though it's simple ingredients, they did the simple ingredients really well. The brown rice was really good and the chicken was really good. So I'm not gonna knock it too much on taste just because it was basic. I'm actually gonna give it 8.8. So only 0.1 lower than Sweetgreen and Cava, even though it was way less ingredients. Cost wise, it was only 10 bucks. And like I said, if you get a second chicken breast, it's actually gonna be less than 15 bucks total. So cost wise, it's still very optimized and still very good bang for your buck in my opinion. That's a lot of protein and a good amount of carbs, probably pretty similar calorie wise as some of the other meals, probably a little bit less calories if I had to guess, just because you're not getting adding all those other extra stuff, no sauces, no a little bit of oil like I got at the last place. So cost wise, it was good. I'm gonna give it a, let's go for 9.1. 10 bucks for a great meal. That's good. That's like getting a meal prep. If you order a little meal prep like that, it'll normally be about 10 bucks, maybe a little bit more. 9.1. I like that. Health, that's about as good as it gets health wise, in my opinion. For you and your goals, that's the highest health rating that we're probably gonna get. Doesn't really get much better than that. Yes, it was quite a lot of brown rice, but just because how simple the meal was, I don't even like mind that. It was very clean too. This is just a very clean, healthy meal. If your goal was like more of like bulking, like really in a muscle building phase, like that with 2 chicken breasts, like literally you can't beat it. Excuse me. Location, I gotta give it the same as, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm gonna knock it down a tiny bit on health because the portion of the brown rice, guys, is a little bit more carbs than you'd want, a little bit more, not a ton more, a little bit more. So I'm gonna knock it down. Even though it's super healthy, I still would say it's a tiny bit healthier than Naked Farmer. I'm gonna give it a 9.4. I'm trying to be as fair as possible, guys. I don't have any bias. I just want to be helpful. Location, I'll give it the same as Sweet Green. Obviously, it's just right there in Hyde Park Village. It was still super convenient. I just went into the takeout section, and it only took me like 5 minutes. And then the wow factor, I mean, it doesn't really get a wow factor. It's pretty boring, so I'm gonna have to knock it out there. I'll give it a 6.0. There's no wow factor with that. I mean, the only wow, I'll give it a 6.5. The only wow factor you get is you're like, dang, I didn't think I could order on the kids meal and still get a good meal, but you actually can at Bar Taco. That's pretty cool, right? But it's objectively pretty boring. But all right, Bar Taco, interesting one. Caught me off guard on some places. Feels good to analyze you. All right, let's move on, guys. We're knocking out a video ranking the best restaurants in Tampa.
All right, let's do it.
list.
So far, Cava, Chipotle, Naked Farmer, Sweet Green, and Bar Taco.
Okay, nice. There's a lot of bold plays.
Yeah.
What's your highest? Naked Farmer?
Naked Farmer, that's the
Or is
wow
that a
factor.
9.8?
That's the wow factor.
Oh,
No, it's a
it's a
7. That's a 7. I did like different things. Taste, how much it costs, how good it is for you, location, and then the wow factor.
But their porch kind of.
Yeah, that's what I said. It wasn't really enough protein. But we're gonna throw in a protein smoothie, a buddy brew. I like that.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, later, boys.
How's it going?
Yeah, nice to meet you. Let's get it. Change that around. I never promised to be a grammar expert or an English expert, but I'm a fitness expert, and I can't help you get in the best shape of your life. All right, fixed it. There you go. But you know what's funny? They actually gave me some extra. So like there was a little bit of excess, and then they gave it to me. So it actually balanced out. I didn't miss out on any. Let me go get a napkin so that's not just sitting at me. That doesn't look weird. All right, that's kind of gross. Damn it, I spilled, bro. Spilled my smoothie, dude. Yeah. Huh? It looks so weird, like not in a cup. I'm actually happy that happened for a couple reasons, couple coaching lessons. One, I like embarrassing myself, right? So look what just happened. I spilled a bunch of green smoothie. I'm right out here in public in the middle of Hyde Park. But what I realized over time, the more situations like that happen, the more you put yourself out there. And even when you kind of fumble around, you kind of, kid yourself, and you realize that that doesn't have the power to stop you. You can do something like that. You could technically fail. Like that's most people's biggest fear. Talking on camera, doing something in public. Oh, is everybody looking at me, right? But when it happens, when you do something like that takes courage, something that's out of your comfort zone, and you keep going. And even if you mess up a little bit, but you don't let it stop you, you keep going. What do you learn about yourself? It's how you become courageous. It's how you learn that, hey, I'm actually impenetrable to things like that. That I don't have, that is actually how you build your courage, as you put yourself in environments where you technically fail, you mess up, you get embarrassed or whatever, but you keep going, right? So for me, that's a powerful coaching lesson. And then another thing is, you can't let anything put you in a bad mood, right? Things don't have power over your emotions unless you allow them to, right? So I could spill on myself, I can make a scene, it could be, but it's on me on how I'm gonna react. Nothing truly has the power to affect you, your reactions, no matter what, unless you allow it to. It's just the truth. Somebody could come up and slap me in the face. I don't have to get mad. I don't have to slap them back. I could get slapped. I could be curious, I could make a joke out of it. I'd be like, thank you. I could say thank you. You know what I mean? Like it's an old thing. People can only really affect you when you let them, and that's why I'm like, I'm embrace hardship. Like I like adversity. Like bring it on. Because if I can go through something hard, but I could still keep going. I could still keep a level head. I could still keep my focus on my vision, my goals. Whatever. That's how I build my character. That's how I build my resilience. That's how I build my courage. That's how I become the man that I truly can be. Right. So you can't be scared of hard things. You can't have fear of embarrassment, fear of failure, fear of adversity. You got to embrace them head on. That's how you strengthen yourself. But enough coaching. Let's get to judging the smoothie, shall we? That's fire, guys. This is a kale. No, this is the, what's it called? The Palm Paradise with protein powder on it. That's freaking delicious, bro. I love this smoothie, personally. I don't know what the white is they put around it, but it's got, let's see, it's got kale, mango, pineapple, banana, and avocado. So avocado is healthy fats, kale, mango, pineapple, that's all good quality carbs, right? And then protein powder is protein. So I still get the check on all the different macros. It tastes good, and yeah, I like it. So let's get enough yapping, let's get to ranking. All right, see you guys in a sec. So what I like about Buddy Brew is there's a lot of different locations. There's obviously one here, there's one at Oxford Exchange, and there's kind of a lot of other ones spread out throughout Tampa. So if you ever need something quick, these are definitely a good option. I come here also with my clients sometimes. We like to run Bayshore on Saturdays and work out. So sometimes we'll walk over here to Hyde Park Village and we'll all get some protein smoothies. But that's neither here nor there. Taste-wise, obviously it's hard to compare it to like some of the other meals that we've been eating. It's a whole separate category, really. Instead of, you know, proteins and meats and vegetables, I mean, it's still avocado, which I think is a vegetable, or it's a fruit. I think it's vegetable? Fruit, oh shoot. So there's fruits, right? So it's kind of in its own category. But pretty much, you know, it's hard to compare, but I'm gonna give it like a 8.1. You know, actually I'm gonna give it a 7.8. Really tasty, but it's just in a whole different league. You know, as far as compared to other protein smoothies, like this is up there. It's probably better than most that you would make at home. I do really like the flavor. I can tell it's made out of fresh fruit. You know, I take it back. I'll give it an 8.0. So I do really like a good protein smoothie. Cost wise, I mean, it ended up being 15 bucks. I think they used to be $8 and then they increased it to 12 bucks just for a protein smoothie. Now you could probably make this at home for like $3. So it's definitely not gonna get a good score on the cost. I'm gonna give this a 6.9. Nice. All right, health-wise, this is definitely good for you. I mean, it's fresh fruits. It's got avocado. It's got protein powder. Protein powder is not quite as good for you as real protein. I would rather have something like we've been eating, like chickens, you know, real meats, stuff like that. But it's definitely not bad for you by any means. It's also, I don't know what this white stuff is. I don't think it's that good for you. So I think I'm definitely gonna give this a good health score, but it's not gonna have the best health score in the world because I would rather eat real ingredients than something like this. This is really if you're in a pinch or, you know, if you're out at Buddy Brew and for whatever reason, it's a hot day and you just want a smoothie or like something like that, you're really in the mood for something like that, that's the only time I'd really go for this. But I'll probably give this I'll give this a 7.8. It's healthy, it's really healthy. I'd just rather have real foods. You know, I'll give it an 8.0. 8.0 is fair. Like it's hard to do wrong with this. It's easier to do wrong with Chipotle. It's easier to do wrong with Naked Farmer because you could potentially overeat and that could really throw you off with your goals if you get a bunch of mac and cheese, a bunch of rice, tortillas, stuff like that. It's hard to go wrong with the smoothie, but the ceiling is a lot higher for some of these other places. Location, I would say it gets a little busy at Buddy Brew, especially the one in Hyde Park Village, especially if you go on like a Saturday or something. So this is like location, it's also like convenience. So for convenience wise, I'm gonna give it a 9.0, just a little bit less convenient. Actually, nah, that's not fair. I'll give it a 9.2. I'll give it the same as these other two Hyde Park places. Wow factor, I mean, they definitely get a wow factor for giving me the excess. That was pretty awesome of them. They definitely didn't have to do that. So I'm gonna bump up their score a little bit. I also like how they present it with the white on there. So I'll give them a good 8.1 for wow factor. Solid, Buddy Brew, very solid. All right, let's move on, guys. One thing too, guys, I'm actually gonna make a Tampa restaurant guide, like a PDF guide that you can have that's gonna have all the rankings on it, have even more information, stuff that we're not necessarily covering today, just verbally. So if you want that guide, just reach out to me on Instagram. Let me know that you came from this video. You can either just literally just text me and say, yo, I just watched that video. Can you send me over that guide? Or you can just write a word like Tampa, and I'll know that you came from this video. So either one of those, but I'll be happy to give that to you so you have it, help you navigate your fitness goals and help you just optimize your restaurant endeavors. But we're gonna head over to Fresh Kitchen now. See you guys there. Yeah. Can I have the kale slaw? Yeah. All right, guys, we just got to Fresh Kitchen. I'm ordering my go-to. About to put you guys on gates. Let's go. Can I have brown rice, please? It's been pretty great. We're recording like ranking the best restaurants for fitness in Tampa. Yeah. No, this is the 7. Yeah. Naked Farmer, Sweet Green, Cava, Bar Taco, Chipotle, and Buddy Brew. I think Naked Farmer probably, if I had to guess. You guys are gonna be up there though. I like Fresh Kitchen. What's that? Is he getting? Oh no, he's not. Yeah, I'm gonna give him mine. I got so much extra food right now. I can't eat it all. I'm gonna give it chickpeas and sweet potato. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna do the chicken, the rosemary chicken. This one, the rosemary chicken. Yeah. 6 bowl. Yeah, I'm gonna do double on that. Yep. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. I'll just get the green sauce on the side.
Yes, yep. Purple sauce.
Oh yeah, the green goddess. Yeah, there we go. Just one. Yeah.
Were you waiting?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the cabbage slaw.
Yeah. Sir, brother.
Thank you so much.
Do you like a beverage or what?
No, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the small.
I'm waiting for the cabbage slaw. It's a 6 bowl. Yeah. Okay. Jacob? Okay, that worked. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks. Oh, no. Yeah, you can just $3 thing. Oh, easy. Let's get it. One benefit about walking all around Tampa, finding you guys the best restaurants, how many steps I'm getting in. I'm already at 12,000 steps today almost. I have a little step counter that I look at. That's pretty good. I try to always stay active. Like if I get 10K a day, that's pretty optimized. But I digress. Let's scrub down, boys, shall we? We got one thing I like about Nick Fresh Kitchen. Look at it, they really load up your protein. You get a bunch of protein. It came out to 17 bucks. It's either 16 or 17. Shoot, 16. Thanks, Jack. Chicken is very good. Way more chicken per price than Sweet Green. Fresh Kitchen, good stuff. They give you big portions here. If I was really trying to shred, I would probably eat half the bowl and save half. You want to do that at some places and not at other places. Like Sweet Green, you could probably eat the whole bowl. Naked Farmer, you could probably eat the whole bowl. Fresh Kitchen, you might want to split it in half. Chipotle, you might want to split it in half. So you got to be conscious about that stuff. You know, you just got to like imagine if this was all on a plate. You wanted the macro ratio to be good. Great rice. I've eaten a lot of brown rice today. Very good rice. Very good sweet potato. Better sweet potato than, not better than Naked Farmer, but probably better than Sweet Green. If I order the sweet potato at Sweet Green. Very good. Try that kale slaw. You like when the greens has a little bit of kick to it, good to look flavor. Very good. Chickpeas, top notch. I love Fresh Kitchen, man. You really cannot go wrong with this place. Just great food. Great food, great quantity, great quality. Fresh Kitchen is gonna be up there, guys. All right. Only way you can really go wrong is if you get the sweet potato noodles and another carb. Now you're messing up again. Like, do what I did. Get the greens, get 1 scoop of rice. Now you got the perfect carb ratio. Then add a little sweet potato on there, a little bit more carbs. That's okay. You got to be conscious about those macro ratios, right? So you got to be just always aware of that when you're ordering. I would try to stay away from like sweet potato noodles comparatively. Also, if I'm ever going to do a sauce, it's always going to be on the side. I thought I ordered the green goddess sauce, but I think they might have forgot it. But that would go great on the side. You never want to get sauce on top because then it's just also messes with the you know, with the quantity. You know, you're not going to eat the whole sauce. So if you put it on top, they might put way more too. Not good. All right, let's get to ranking. As you can tell just from eating that, I really enjoy the flavor. It's very good, very fresh ingredients. It's called Fresh Kitchen for a reason. For me, this is right up there with Naked Farmer in terms of the flavor. It's better tasting than Cava, although I love Cava. It's better tasting than that bar taco chicken. It's better than Chipotle. I'm gonna give it a 9.3. It's really good. Something about the simplicity of Naked Farmer is very elegant to me. The fact that they can make it that flavorful from that many few ingredients. That's why I give it the edge on taste. I was probably gonna take the top spot on taste, but you guys can see 9.3, that's a great rating. It's right up there. In terms of cost, $16 for this taste, it's probably even better value than, that's the same price as Sweet Green. That's only $1 more than Buddy Brew. It is $6 more than Bar Taco. You know, it's more than Chipotle, a little bit more. It's $4 more than Cava. So I'm gonna lower that score a little bit. I would probably say in terms of price, I'll probably give it an 8.5. So it's a good fair price for the value. All right, in terms of how good is it for you, it's pretty great for you. It's a lot of protein, all clean ingredients, good macros, especially if you make sure that you don't eat too much. If you split it up, that would be even better for you. But I gotta put this right up there, maybe the top of the list in terms of health wise. As long as you don't overeat here, you're pretty much good. I'll say that's the only reason it might not be quite as healthy is if you come here, you might accidentally overeat if you eat the whole bowl because they give you huge portions. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 9.3. I'm gonna give it the same score as Naked Farmer. I think that's fair. Location, there's a new location right on Kennedy. Very good location, easy to park, very close to everything. So that might have to be the best score for location. Maybe 9.4. You know, pretty comparable. 9.3. And then in terms of the wow factor, to me, it's just very solid. There's nothing about Fresh Kitchen that's wow, but there's nothing about it that is definitely bland by any means. It's a very impressive restaurant. So I'm gonna give it an 8.3. Definitely gets a bit of the wow factor. You know, I take that back. It's too good. I'm gonna give it 8.8. It's just such a good restaurant that in and of itself is impressive. That in and of itself gets a wow. And the chickpeas are delicious. I love the chickpeas. Overall, great score. Good job, Fresh Kitchen. I'm not surprised. You're a beast. All right. I've never been here before, but we're going to Cousin Vinnie's. So I think it's like a sandwich shop. So we're gonna have to get creative, figure out how we can optimize this, how we can make it protein dense, clean, good macro ratios. I'm always up for a challenge. I'll see you guys there. Let's get it.
Just come with a chicken cutlet, but for the wraps and stuff, we can do grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken?
Yeah.
Is it possible I could get like grilled chicken on the tome and mozz?
I can put it in like a side container.
Yeah.
If that's okay. It already comes chopped up.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
Will I do that today and mozz?
Yeah.
Can I put side chicken half with your sauce? Juice up grilled chicken so you can get side of it.
Thank you.
Anything else for you?
That's it.
Perfect. Any food allergies?
No.
And what's a good name for
Jacob.
Jacob? And you go ahead, Tampa. Sir.
Thank you. All right, cool. So guys, obviously Cousin Vinnie's, this was the one that was like a little bit out there. This is not really a health focused type of place, but I still think we can make it work, guys, and try my best to optimize it. I got the tomato mozzarella. I chose this because I just think it's a little bit less like total bread than the subs. So I might do is eat half of this. And then what I did is I got a side of grilled chicken. So they would have put this on the chicken wrap, the grilled chicken Caesar wrap, but I just got it on the side and I could put it on one of these. So that would still give me pretty good macro ratio, get a lot of carbs in. This is probably like 30 grams of protein. So this is still pretty optimized. But when you look at that menu, it was mostly like a meatball subs. It was kind of like a lot of pretty dense, pretty calorie dense options. So I tried my best to pick a clean option. So let's taste it. I've never been here. I could probably have picked something tastier, but like I said, I'm not always just going purely for taste. I wanna pick something that's gonna be high protein and be pretty clean. And this looks pretty good. Let's test this out. Wow, that's banger. Holy cow, that's fire. That might be the best tasting thing we've eaten today, but it's a whole different flavor profile. Let's take another bite, boys. What'd you order? Are you gonna
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit. I'm on a hardcore diet as well.
Oh, good for you, man.
Hard to work, yeah. So.
Why are you here if you didn't order?
Right, I'm not.
Oh.
I took my girls, my wife.
Oh, dude, that's discipline. That's willpower. Beast. This is pretty freaking awesome, guys. It tastes really good. Oh, no, I'm not gonna eat the whole thing, but I would definitely not eat both of these. Like, this would be pretty much good for a meal. So it's not too much carbs. We're gonna get a close up on this. That's just fresh mozzarella cheese, fresh tomato, some pesto sauce, and then some balsamic vinegar. Let's take one more bite and we'll go for some chicken. Try that. Yeah, pretty good. That's pretty good. Just eat this on the side. So that's sometimes what you gotta do when you're eating Italian. You just gotta order chicken on the side to still get your protein goal. If I'm at a pizza place, I'm always gonna say chicken on the side. Good chicken. All right, let's rank this. Overall, taste-wise, as you guys can tell, that was extremely delicious. I enjoyed that thoroughly. I'm not gonna have it beat Naked Farmer on the taste because I still prefer real whole foods, simple ingredients, kind of like we ate. But I'm gonna put it up there. I'm gonna tie it with Fresh Kitchen, 9.3 on the taste. I really enjoyed that. Price-wise, I would have been about like 15 bucks if I just got the sandwich. That sandwich didn't come with any protein on it. I would never go somewhere and get a sandwich with no protein. Every single time I eat a meal, non-negotiable. I do not care. I'm gonna have at least 30 grams of protein. Point blank period. Like, I would rather not eat than not do that. So if I'm here, I'm gonna get a side of protein, exactly like I did. And I strongly encourage you, if you want to get jacked and shredded, you gotta start making non-negotiables with yourself like that. Like a sandwich without protein, that's intolerable. That's unacceptable, okay? But, so because I got that, it ended up being 22 bucks, which was pretty freaking, that's costly. So I'm gonna give that, like, let's call that, it was really good. So it was a lot. Obviously, I can't knock it too much on the price because it was on me that I got the extra side of chicken. But I'm gonna give it a 7.8 on cost. I think that's fair. I would have wished that they just came with chicken on that sandwich, but that's neither here nor there. Health-wise, I ended up doing a pretty good job optimizing it, getting the extra side of protein, only eating half the sandwich. That could have been a lot worse. Like, you could probably come here, if you order what I ordered, get half a sandwich, get the leaner type of sandwich like this with a smaller piece of bread, and get a side of protein. It could be decently healthy. I'm not gonna have it beat Chipotle. I'm gonna put it at a 6.5 for health, because if you come here, you might be tempted to not optimize it the same way, and if you do that, you're fooped. That would not be a good idea for your goals of becoming the best, most fit version of you. Location-wise, it was pretty busy here, so parking, we kind of had to park down there, which is not super ideal. So I'm gonna give it an 8.8. Not super inconvenient. I mean, worst case scenario, you got some extra steps, but I'm gonna give it there. And to be fair, if you're parking at public Publix in Water Street. That's still kind of inconvenient. But wow factor, you guys seen my face when I took that bite. It was really good. I'm gonna give this a 9.4. Very good wow factor. Cousin Vinnie's, I've never been here before. I was a fan. That was pretty good. Like, I would go and finish that sandwich, but maybe some other time, because I ate a bunch of food today. That was really good. I hope that was valuable for you guys. I hope it was helpful to get some insights on how I think, especially when it comes to nutrition and what it takes to get in your best shape and still enjoy foods you like. But thanks for joining along with me, guys. Let's go ahead back to the car and we'll talk a bit more. Yo, guys, we just wrapped up. That was super fun. Thanks for joining along. What I did is I just ran this through AI and I took a picture of the chart and I said, let's weight out the different categories differently. So I said we weighted taste as about 35%, health as 35%. So those are the two most important factors. The next most important factor is the price, which we weighted at 15%. Then I weighted the wow factor at 10% and the location at 5%. And with all of that, I had it weighed and average out based on all the scores. And here is the final ranking. Was Naked Farmer got first place at 9.16 weighted score. Fresh Kitchen got second place at 9.13 weighted score. Bar Taco got third place at 8.85. Cava got fourth place at 8.81. Sweet Green fifth place at 8.73. Cousin Vinnie's got sixth at 8.01. Buddy Brew got seventh at 7.91. And Chipotle got eighth at 7.85. So on AI said this, biggest takeaways, Naked Farmer wins because it combines the highest taste score with an excellent health and a very high wow factor. Even though it's not the cheapest, you're weighing favors in categories where it excels. Fresh Kitchen's almost tied. It's only 0.03 points behind Naked Farmer. It's the most balanced option overall. I would agree with that. Bar Taco surprisingly jumps into third because its health and affordability scores are very strong. Agreed. Cava and Sweet Green are close together, with Cava edging out Sweet Green thanks to slightly better taste. Fair. And Chipotle finishes last mainly because its health score 7.2 is heavily penalized by your weighting, which is also very fair. So hope that was helpful for you guys. That was pretty cool. I was able to whip that up with AI super fast to give us an overall score. But just to recap, Naked Farmer first, Fresh Kitchen second, Bar Taco third. That's a surprise one. I wasn't expecting Bar Taco with that plain old chicken and rice, but it was good. I can't knock it. It was good. Cava fourth, Sweet Green fifth, Cousin Vinnie's sixth. Fair. Cousin Vinnie's tasted good, but that's not the healthiest. Let's be real, guys. And I hope that was helpful, guys. Remember, I made a guide kind of explaining all this stuff in a PDF. So reach out to me on Instagram if you actually watch this video, and I'd love to send that to you. And also, guys, like, it can be hard to become the best, most fit version of yourself by yourself, and that's what I'm here for. I'm helping guys in Tampa, you know, eat nutritious food, go to the right places when they're eating out, but also helping them build their workout plan, helping them do some sustainable cardio, helping put them in an environment that's going to help them become more fit and become the best version of themselves. So reach out to me. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your situation, get really clear on your vision and your goals, and yeah, see if we might be able to partner up and see if I might be able to help you out. But I hope that was helpful for you guys. See you in the next video. Later.